Deer. Sometimes he just kills it. He comes out and wins easily. Other times, he's a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
Zest, he has been on top of the world as Protoss in the past. Both these guys having incredible histories here. But right now, they're not on top of Protoss. So I don't know what to expect here. But we're going to find out soon because Game 1 is ready.
Newbie, Deer. Ocean Gaming, Zest.
Yeah. It is hard to figure out what this is going to look like. Because Zest is a little bit off and on as well. He's had kind of a rough couple years, because there was a long time where he was the best Protoss in the world. And then he's had some interviews, like some of those, like not the Signature Series videos, which were wonderful, but the Pyeongchang video, remember?
Oh, right.
Because he was one of the 2 Koreans that qualified with SOS, and he was talking about how, after the teams dissolved, he's kind of been lazy. He needs to pick that up, and then he started having better results, but it hasn't carried. And he hasn't really had the results that we were very used to from him before. I remember he was so powerful for a little bit as Protoss.
Yeah.
That, remember Trust? Trust started to become one of the best Protosses in the world when he was on the same team as Zest. Like, he started showing great results suddenly.
Yeah.
And he was just like mini Zest. And that was, like, I feel like the peak of Zest power.
Well, some players operate much better in team environments, and other players can be total free agents and actually thrive better without having a coach or a team. Oh, my God.
That was...
Oh, my God.
That was a super high-tech move because there's a little bit of randomization in the attacks.
Yeah.
So they were attacking each other, and then Deer saw that his was taking damage just like less than a half second before Zest. So he waited till after an attack, pulled it away, and then redid the attack, and he happened to get it first that time.
Yeah.
Bam. Kills the probe. That pylon is garbage.
Yeah. I mean, talk about... Among the things we almost never see at the start of a pro game, that is one of them.
Yes.
Like, that's...
It's such a big map, too, and it's like, nope, here we are.
Yeah.
Found you. Peekaboo.
Spots it, kills the probe, and now that is just a building in the middle of the map.
Yeah. I mean, you could use it as a warpin, perhaps. Doesn't see the Stargate, so, I mean, I guess that's good. But what Deer is doing is very solid. He's just making Stalkers in a Nexus, and that feels completely safe. I can't even imagine what could be happening where that's not.
I think there's no exploits here.
Yeah, I think you're right. But Zest throws down his Nexus not too far afterwards, so I think everything is fine overall. Like, Zest is a little bit behind, but it's not an unplayable position.
Okay, continuing to deny the Shades from coming in there and getting any scouting off. And here comes that hallucinated Phoenix. It's going to come through here and see that, in fact, it is going to be a Stargate. But I like where Deer is taking this game.
Oh, no shield battery in the main base. And his Stalkers are all at the natural.
Uh-oh.
Why? Okay. Oh, that's really smart. Now he can actually shade up. Oh, no, not that smart,
but he's going to lose
it?
the... Oh, man.
Well, it was a cool idea,
lose the
right?
Oracle. Yeah. Unfortunately, ideas are not enough.
Yeah.
Execution is key. And I'll tell you something. To lose that Oracle and only get one probe...
Yeah.
Yikes.
Close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades, Tasteless.
And here comes the second Oracle now. It bounces off the defenses of Deer. Zest expansion is just finished. We don't have probes quite transferred there yet. Deer just has momentum.
Yeah, he has a lot of Stalkers right now. Like, quite a few. I believe he has, like, 7 Stalkers. So, you know, it's a pretty strong army that he's been making. Zest is getting into his own Robo and his own Twilight. Brings up his 4 Adepts. I feel like the only thing he can do right now is slow Deer from doing other things. There's no real way to get damage. Whoa. Okay.
Okay. I did not expect him to actually come in here. He does target down the 2 sentries. Not bad.
Yeah.
That puts Protoss in a situation where they're either going to remake those sentries or tech without them. And 2 Oracles come in here.
Oh, he's trying so hard to make something
God.
happen. Whoa, that's crazy.
That. Wow.
You know what? For those adepts, 2 sentries and 5 probes right now, I think that was actually quite good because that brings the economies in line, and obviously sentries gaining energy, you're going to have a really hard time against that. They're very strong early on.
We have Zest now going for glaives here. So we're going to have a timing attack coming here from Zest
Very
pretty
cool.
soon. A lot of gateways getting thrown down. Note the location of the gateways so that a hallucinated Phoenix, for instance, would not be able to scout this.
Yeah.
And usually you could just, if you can see their gateways, I can't believe that's just barely out of vision.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, if you can see their gateways, then you know, okay, when the attack's going to be coming here. Now we'll have to see if Deer's going to be ready for this anyways, but I like the direction that Zest is taking this game, considering the way it started out.
Yeah. Definitely agree with you on that. This is going to be a very scary attack coming in. You know, you don't have the sentries for the Guardian Shield or anything either. It looks like he's getting into charge and +1. He's making a prism. Thing is, all this is going to be a little bit late. I don't think that Deer has sufficient defense against like a massive glaive all in right now.
Yeah, this might completely blindside Deer, and I think something this drastic is absolutely necessary considering the way that this game went for Zest. I think if he tried to play straight up or tried to match Deer and what Deer's doing, he's just playing a losing game.
It's kind of cool, too, that he lost his 4 Adepts, because sometimes when you see the Adepts sitting around, it kind of...
Yeah, then you think, wait a minute, is there going to be an Adept all in here? But
is
when
he
you
being
lose
extra
the board,
careful with those 4 Adepts that don't scale that
does
well?
he want to use glaives later on? Is that
Maybe.
it? But suiciding them in there.
Oh, well, now he knows. And now he sees that they have glaives as well, so nothing is secret. He needs to cancel that Nexus and just turtle up for a moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Is he going to let the Nexus just finish?
Well, he'd have to be pretty confident if he were to do that.
And he's going across with an Archon drop. Like, I mean, there's no way, right? You need those Archons at home.
Yeah, he has... Oh, dude, he has, like, nothing back
Yeah.
here. Okay,
just
we
got
have
some
stalkers
stalkers
coming down, but these force fields are going to make this fight much easier here. And okay, yeah, he definitely needed that back here.
Yeah,
He's got the Archons here. It would have helped out a lot had these also been over here to help out in defense.
Yeah. The Adepts are definitely doing some work. Those Archons getting very low. The shield batteries have already been used up. He's juggling them as best he can, but Zest is just crushing through. I'm a little bit confused that the way that he's done this.
Wow.
Like, the thing is, the Adepts came up from a funny angle, attacked a pylon, and you can see the graphical difference when they have glaives, right? So, like, people don't get glaives off, like, 3 gates and then, you know, take a 3rd base. That's not how it goes. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird lack of reaction from Deer. He's like, yeah, I'll take a 3rd base and go harass my Archons.
Yeah, I'm surprised when he saw all these Adepts coming from that side that he would actually try to send a Warp Prism across the map. GG.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of things that don't compute for me.
That was like Deer was playing a completely different game or something, a different opponent. I don't understand.
Yeah.
When you see Adepts coming out at that point in time, you go, okay, he's actually engineered an entire strategy that is intended to kill me right now. So my job is to actually just stop this.
Yeah, generally,
if I stop this, I will outpace them. I will be in a better position after the attack is held. So the idea that he would send 2 Archons, which are like the strongest things he has, and the Warp Prism, which is the greatest thing in all RGS games ever.
And he lets Pylons and Nexus finish at his 3rd base.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, when you see that, if you cancel all that, add like 3 shield batteries to your natural and have your Archons and Prism there,
then maybe you hold.
with all those Stalkers, I think for sure you do hold.
Yeah.
The thing is, Zest was having that hinge on the fact that it was very hard to scout. And then I feel like Deer had enough time to react and he didn't do it. Huh. I'm trying to think of what I could be missing here, but...
I don't know, man. We're going to go to Thunderbird here for Game 2. Let's see if Deer can turn this one around.
Newbie, Deer. Ocean Gaming, Zest.
Which ocean, though? Does he make hurricanes or typhoons?
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe he's all the oceans.
Just the world ocean?
The one and only. Maybe another planet's ocean.
Huh. Another planet's ocean. Can you name another planet with an ocean?
No.
Okay.
Even though I'm a Starcraft commentator and our game is set in outer space, I cannot. Looks like I've exposed myself as a fraud here.
Hold on, I know the names. People. There's a planet called Char. There's a planet called Chikuris, Ire, Tarsonis.
Oh, you're faster than me. I'm trying to...
Marsara?
Marsara is a... Yeah.
Right? That's a planet.
Earth is in the Starcraft storyline. That's also a planet.
That's true. Yeah, that is what we already went over that one. Now that's all the planets. That's all the planets in Starcraft.
I think there's a couple more.
There's probably one where, like, Amon lives or something. I don't know.
You ever find it weird that in science fiction they're like, well, this is a lava planet and this is a snow planet? You're like, can a planet just have, like, also all the weather conditions? It's like...
But that's more rare.
Yeah.
To have all... Because you have to be, like, the right distance from the sun, right?
You have to be the perfect distance.
From the star that you're at. Because the only one that's actually the sun is our star.
That's right.
That's why it's called the solar system.
Nice. We have a proxy Stargate, by the way.
Versus a proxy robo.
Yeah. So the proxy robo is going to pack a lot of punch here as the game starts up.
Do you think it's going to be 3-gate or... Well, it'll be 3-gate, but do you think he's going to get an immortal is my question.
I think so.
One immortal?
Yeah. I think it's going to be the one immortal push with the Warp Prism, and he just powers up the ramp and crushes him.
You know, it's a very strong build. I actually like the immortalless one a little bit more, I think.
Do you think it's better? Or?
It hits really quickly. It's so microable, you know. I feel like the immortal takes a little bit to build. It's the same building, right? It's like, does that add that much more of a punch? If you have the prism, you win basically every battle early on.
Wow, he just missed that.
Makes that immortal as you predicted, though.
Yeah, it's coming out. The
Obviously,
thing is,
a lot of punch from that.
Yeah, the immortal, it just has so much sustainability in a fight. I mean, I think the immortal is just, as every year passes in StarCraft 2, it looks like a better and better unit. You know,
and it's been nerfed.
Yeah,
before for sure.
I think when they were making the immortal, they thought, okay, well, this is going to be very specific to stop certain things, and in fact, it's like, no, it's actually pretty good against basically everything. So it's hard to find a reason to not get this. Okay,
this is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, that pylon did not buy that much time, did it, Artosis? Immediately, he's going to target down the shield battery. And, with Phoenixes here, it's like, yeah, you can pick this up, but I don't think this is going to be ever fast enough to curb the damage that's coming out here. We have a Depths coming back, but the Warp Prism's already across the map. Now, he's being pretty smart here. He's keeping this out of the vision of the Phoenixes. He wants to get a quick warping around of more Stalkers before he actually reveals the location of this. So here's that first Stalker coming in now.
Yeah, the Phoenixes are trying to do as much as they possibly can. Now you realize that there is a Prism in his main base. I feel like knocking that out might be very important.
Okay, this is
quite dead though, I think.
Yeah, this was Deer just getting rolled here, to be honest, man. He got crushed. More Warpins are coming in as just now. I think the Phoenixes, well, I guess they're never going to go for the Warp Prism there. There's just so many Stalkers out now. The Immortal still at about half health. Probes are being sacrificed just to buy enough time to get a few Stalkers in. But what will they really be able to defend?
Yeah, there's really nothing left here.
Okay,
not a lot of money either.
Moral victory there, killing the Immortal, but beyond that, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else.
Moral victory, killing the Immortal.
Okay, Zest wins that easily.
Yeah, kind of smashes through.
Yeah.
So what's the winner match?
Ragnarok and Zest.
Huh. What was the winner match last time?
I don't know.
Solar and Rogue.
Wow.
Just saying.
Now, we're going to go to a short break here, but we are already about to hop into the winners match here. It's either going to be Ragnarok or Zest moving on in one of the final two spots in the round of 8. Deer, I am worried for this guy in this group, man.
Yeah.
He is not looking not looking like he's going to last. We're going to go to that commercial now. We'll be right back, everyone.